Alrighty, welcome back. Thank you for being here. We're going to jump into our next reading today. Alrighty, let's see. Who are we reading for next? I don't know if I've done, we'll pull one of these because these are the signs I didn't get done yesterday. We'll see what this is. Cancer. We'll do Cancer. All right, Cancer people in placements. I feel like I want to adjust the... Alrighty, that's a bit better. I think that's a better view. Let's go ahead and see. Cancer, what's your general energies for you? Any messages for Cancer people in placements? Some kind of clarity regarding the past. You could be moving towards new things. You could be dropping anything that's been causing conflict or at least not investing in it. Cancer. You could be healing your heart, really healing a lot actually at this time. You could be turning off your emotions. Cancer people in placements. Especially if you're a feminine that I'm speaking to. Somebody could be watching somebody heal or a feminine heal specifically. This feminine could be very much in their power, Empress energy here, dropping anything, not investing in anything that's not worth it. You could be seeing a love situation clearly, or maybe somebody wants to communicate their love. But let's go ahead and see if we can get some tea leaf for Cancer people in placements. Cancer energies. Cancer people in placements from the highest teams of love and light, Angel Michael. Kind of getting hot, actually. I want to crack the window. Alrighty, hopefully the mic is still good. 1:44 on the clock. Sorry, on the timer. Anything else? Okay, deep friendship. Okay, you could be meeting new people. Don't have to be. I feel like you've come a long way. You could be meeting people that are more on your level. I'm seeing The Sims. I don't know why. Isn't The Sims you? Or maybe that other like old PC game. It's like you have a family or something like that. I forget the rest of it, but yeah, you're going to overcome any kind of depression or anxiety. We do have some tough aspects today. I think I spoke about this in Sag's reading. We have Venus squaring off with Pluto today. We have Uranus going retrograde back into Taurus. We had a lot of weird aspects last night. I think the moon was opposing Mercury, so that's our mindset. So you might just be feeling a bit wonky or weird. We just had that full moon, right? We're building to the next new moon in Scorpio, I think, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that. So it's a lot of shifting energy. Mercury's going to go retrograde this month as well. Mercury rules Gemini. So let's see. Mercury rules our daily communication, our mind. Cancer. Maybe somebody's like seeing somebody overcome something they didn't even invest in to start with. Take it if it applies, don't if it doesn't. Somebody's moving away from something. Yeah, they're getting back to the basics. I think the feminine's getting back to the basics because it looks like there was somebody here that was, there was a warning here. There was a warning about a love situation or a person that could have had a lot of strong emotions, but they were like circling. They were like predatory. They weren't really investing, it looks like, or they were causing conflict. So anything else for my Cancer people in placements? Yeah, you've persevered, it looks like, and you are overcoming this situation from the past or this person in the past, so very interesting. You could be defending yourself as well at this time. Anything else for Cancer? You could be planning trips or vacations or thinking about that, or maybe just vision board, kind of like, asking God for what you need or desire. Anything else for Cancer? Reflection. Interesting. So beware of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad, and truth's only spoken with a bleeding tongue. So, maybe your spirit team alerted you to something about like your love life or people that you were surrounding yourself with, potentially with the elements here. Remember to feel warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of Mother. True harmony awaits. 16 here. So it could be in like a new position or a new job. But let's go ahead and see. It doesn't have to be. It could just be a new routine, new health. Heard better, bigger bitches. Sorry. Maybe you're just kind of like getting better at things, or you're going to have like more abundance coming towards you. Let's see, 16. It opened to great darkness, which is interesting, which is self and inner truth. So that could have been something you're facing. Do you feel the heat of fire, dampness of water, and whip of wind and the weight of the earth? Imagine Mother Earth dealing with all the elements. Somehow she manages to find harmony. The elements card represents harmony and the need to make room for all energies by allowing yourself to be present. For example, when you feel sad, sit in it and ask your sorrow what it means to know, or let the transit pass, right? Channel it. The same applies for different emotions that come up, or inhale golden relay, exhale that work energy into your field. You are being guided to find harmony despite various storms flowing your way. There is a reason for every symbolic storm, every quake, every fire, every slide. You may not see the reasons behind the events. Nevertheless, the occurrences happen so that you can release the energy, making way for healing to take its place. So it's funny that I said wake. It's like a wake wave, I think, or something. Like, you know how they say like earthquake start or tsunami start? It's like one ripple in like somewhere in the ocean, and it like sends out a huge kind of like, it builds. So there could be something about like, yeah, each season. So if you're having any kind of like, you know, you're dealing with strong emotions or even pain, inhale that golden white light from heaven. Imagine it having the cleansing, clearing, protective properties of heaven, of the highest vibrations, right? And focusing that energy on the exhale to whatever area of your life or part of your body has that energy to heal it instantly, kind of energy. So that could be, I'm not like a Reiki person, I don't know much about it, but it's just what I've learned. So things must fall away once they've served their purpose. And don't forget the quiet hibernation of winter. Don't fight against seasons. Flow with them, embracing each one for the gift offered. So 88 was the page number. You could be seeing that a lot. What was your advice for Cancer? Actually, we're going to grab from, that's just some selenite I'm using to clear. Amen. I love selenite. If you're very empathic, you'll love selenite, really. It's great. Love it. Love it. Cancer, people in placements, indulge sideways. So maybe you need to like self-soothe a little bit, but don't go too overboard. I feel like there's going to be people coming in for you, especially if you were done wrong in the past or there's some kind of divine justice playing out. You are going through some kind of ascension tension. You're letting go of bad people, it looks like, sneaky people. Could have had bad intentions. Cancer, clean it up here, yeah. Okay, let's see. Maybe you've gone through a bit of a purge. Yeah, just taking on what belongs to others, make you feel needed or desired. Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve them of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping them by freeing them of their responsibilities. So this could be about praying for your spirit team to help you stay focused, you know, talking in your head casually, asking your spirit team to always, you know, keep you focused throughout the day, or to help you to present understandings to you, to lead you to understandings. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you might be adding even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't have to be needed to be loved. So there's something about loving yourself even more. I think this is going to help you bring your dreams to fruition. This could be about money, strong focus on like self-worth themes, Scorpio Taurus energy there. So this could be something about, you know, really magnetizing what you want or elevating your frequency. What's your advice from the highest themes of love and light? Wow, justice. This is balance. I'm seeing a lot of justice in your life, or this could be new contracts coming in. Yeah, I feel like you're letting go of anything that wasn't fair to you contractually, or this could be like people around you, relationships, businesses, jobs, anything to do with others. Tell me more for your advice. Yeah, there's new people, Three of Pentacles. So you could have come a long way, and I do see you maybe like having tea. These could be new people, though, with the Six of Cups in the reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. This is after you heal something. It's like you could be meeting new people, or there's a newfound sense of confidence, or maybe that could be magnetizing in better people for you. But you're making choices which are really helping you at this time, those strong, solid choices. So yeah, I think your clarity of mind is really important, especially regarding like reciprocal dynamics or something like that, or reciprocity in general, like not investing in anything that you don't want to. Anything else for Cancers? From the highest teams of love and light. Angel Michael, any messages? We have indulgence. That's funny. The second card of indulgence came out, which is this card is about self-care. You can see how relaxed she is. It's a great time to do that, right? The Taurus full moon, the revelations we just had a day or two ago. Taurus rules self-care, self-pleasure, but also self-worth, right? Self-attraction, self-love, because that magnetizes more of it towards you, kind of energy. Maybe you had to let go of certain things. The real key to wealth, if you check out Claire Nocte's YouTube channel, she has a great video on the wealthiest nakshatras, or themes that play out in the lives of the wealthiest people, or what their astrological placements are, the nakshatras associated. The nakshatras are when you take a zodiac sign, you divide it into like 3 different subsets, so you can get like finer themes. And these are like ancient, kind of like, this is like predates like probably like 10,000 years ago, I don't know, but it's from India, and which is amazing. I mean, India is one of the oldest nations, I believe, on Earth, or something like that, or one of the oldest civilizations. So confirmation on that. We have goat here, 13. You could be seeing 13 a lot. This is like resurrection, rebirth energy. It says, fearless, I am in the path I choose, for I've never been led astray, always finding my way. So I think you're slowly but surely kind of taking your time. Something about cookies could be relevant. You might like cookies. Confidence and sure-footedness. Okay, goat is a wonderful card. Its presence in a reading is being a sign that opportunities, ideas, and projects are entering your life at this time. You may not see it take it place just yet. We have the next new moon right coming up, and not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that. And it's in Scorpio, which is opportunities through others, intimacy, empowerment. But trust, things are happening behind the scenes and will soon become known to you. Your task when receiving the card is to believe in yourself and your gifts. Have you been afraid to reach for bigger goals? Have you limited yourself because you don't believe you're capable of achieving greater things? Goat is here to remind you challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone to scale a bigger mountain. As goats only need a few inches of space to keep footing, they only need to take small steps to work towards their dreams. So don't feel pressure that you have to do that boot camp, the military boot camp, day in, day out. No, it's like little steps. It's like consistency. It's over time. A little bit. I think it's a better approach. A little bit, in a more consistent way. You may not have what you need to cross the finish line, but each small action pushes you a step closer. Perhaps you have already achieved much, but wonder if you can achieve even greater heights. No matter your step on the success journey, know that talent's only a part of the equation. The only thing truly needed to rise is believing you can. The rest is learned as you go. That's interesting. Alrighty, let's get you a familiar. Any last piece of advice before we move on to the juicy messages for Cancers? Cancer people in placement from the highest teams of love and light, Angel Michael, guardians and guides. Communication in the reverse, you could be closing off communication with certain people. Yeah, you could be disguising yourself, being very stealthy, very wise. Okay, somebody could be trailing you, could be being stalked kind of energy, either energetically or otherwise. ABCD, hedgehog. This is not your fight, keep out of it. Very interesting. Allow the person the space they need and resist the temptation to help. They ask when ready. Your garden needs tending. Look at natural pest control. Careful of how you approach delicate matter between friends or family. Someone's very prickly. Okay, interesting. Tucked away in a log or beneath a bush, I do my best to keep out of sight and out of mind, blending in with surroundings as I become a part of the forest floor, the garden border, the pile of leaves. You too might consider lying low for a time, assuming quite a different persona to avoid harm or strife. There are times for banging a drum, and I feel like this is about redirecting your energy, honestly. Somebody might be trying to steal your identity or just try to learn things from you or learn off of you or something. Safe and sanctuary to conceal. This could be about money. Yeah. Somebody might want control over you or something. I don't know. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, you've been warned about this person. It's a predatory person. Okay, let's get you some of these. Cancer. Last messages from highest teams of love and light. Oh. There is something that's about divine justice or balance, or the scales of justice have to be balanced. You're alchemizing something. You're dropping superficial external forces. These are the temptations, okay? Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, you're receiving something, or you will be. Any last past life messages for Cancer? Yeah, something was demonic in the past. This could be this temptation, deception. This could be somebody who wanted to, could be something to do with your father or karma you're paying off from your father's side. You could have different belief systems than this person. Something about a past life in Asia could be relevant, doesn't have to be. Or maybe you went to get Asian food with this person, or something about Asia could be relevant here. You could be Asian, or they could be Asian. Okay, and let's see your last, I guess we already got advice. Let's see what's coming in the future for Cancer. Oh. Coming out of some kind of deception or being very sneaky in your own actions. Like sometimes keeping things concealed and hidden. Making decisions. Beautiful. You could be coming into a phase where you're making very strong decisions. Like maybe you have you understand who you are now foundationally, so it's easier for you to make these judgment calls, especially if you're dropping certain people. Like maybe in the past you waffled and you didn't release people when you needed to, but I see you doing that. So you're opening up to new ideas for sure. Let's get you an animal for Cancer. Could be dealing with Gemini, Cancer. Rooster, communication. Yeah, this could have been somebody quite cocky, or maybe this person needs to communicate something with you. This person doesn't want an ending. Interesting. Let's see. We have the moth and the eucalyptus, an ending. Maybe you've already ended this. I opened right to it. It's okay to let go and move forward. As painful as it might be at first, loosening your grip on the past opens the door to transformation. That's so true. I've met Cancers sometimes on the negative, lower end vibe. They can be very repeating the past over and over and over and over and living in it religiously. But anything else for Cancer? But on the higher end, they can be extremely empathic, I think, and deep. And I've met both low vibing and high vibing Cancers. The low vibing ones were whiny, bitter, negative Nancy's, very controlling, emotionally manipulative. The higher vibing Cancers were let me think, very aware of others. I think when they do the shadow work, they can be extremely intuitive. and they don't have those other negative qualities. So I guess it's kind of just like a win. Maybe I need to be more positive, high vibe. Actually, I'm thinking about somebody else who was a Cancer too. They were a very great person, very kind. Nobody hated them. I mean, Cancers can be very loved. Um, but at the same time, I think Cancers where they struggle sometimes is if they're too kind. That could be probably an issue. So, because I feel like people could probably want to take advantage of Cancers. I would assume just because they seem, if they're very high vibrational, they seem very kind, right? And almost like paternal or motherly, almost. So, anything else for Cancers? But I don't know too much about it. I don't have personal Cancer placements, but I have fourth house placements. Anything else for Cancer? I have some Cancer placements. I mean, my midheaven is Cancer, so I don't know. It says, don't marry a thief. So that's what you're breaking away from. You can't do their soul work for them. So this is someone lazy that just wants to like hop on your train and not do anything. Try to take your life. Wanted / wants you, disfigured / maimed, safe with God. So this person could have just wanted like control over you. So to be careful because this person could be extremely abusive. I'm seeing now that TikTok, I think it was like an abuse, domestic violence, and her face, we couldn't even recognize it. I mean, and this man had, I don't want to explain what he had done. And this was like, she was an American and he had done this and her face was disfigured. Anyways, amen. Dear God, Jesus, Angel Michael, may all people go towards their highest timeline, amen. Scared of their karma. I mean, it's even if they had bad intentions. You know, I remember seeing this. I remember hearing this cop come to speak to us when we were kids, and she was like, "It's the intentions," or I don't know. I feel like it's the intentions. Like even if somebody just even has bad intentions towards you, that's bad karma. Even if you don't get the chance to go through with it. Exes are in the past for a reason, right? So if God has averted or diverted these people away from you, it's for a reason. You might miss them. You might be processing things. You might not even miss them. You might just be processing things emotionally. Keep doing what you got to do. And it says, always leave players and acts like a child, mama's boy. So this could be somebody that's very like narcissistic, very entitled, very like spoiled, rotten, like very like Dandy. I think his name's Dandy Mott from American Horror Story. Like very entitled, like very like unaware, you know what I mean? Gifts, talents, and blessings increase. So that could be happening. Hidden blessings. These are hidden blessings. Rise up above. It says they get off on sick things like screwing people over. And it says treated you like you were no one. So this person was really, and it's because they're no one. Transcend, go down a new path. It says you aren't every second a new person. Jealous of your energy. They're lazy. So this could be somebody who's nasty energy, even when you're around them. Like it's a disgusting energy. It's like, oh my God, could you do some spiritual hygiene? Could you like meditate and stop like drinking energy drinks like a psycho, you freak? I'm sorry, once you overworked. Your best days are incoming. It says embrace the dark. So you might need to do that shadow work. Wants to hurt you, evil eye, so that you can actually recognize it when it's external to you, so you're not repressing it. Was secretly trying to put blame on you. It says not everyone who enters your life means you well, and it says don't give your intimate details away. Rob Roy, the movie. So I think Rob Roy was about like the entire plot of the movie was like I think he had like a patch of land and a house. I think it was set in like Ireland or something like that, and the English. You know, they'll just cause conflict or do whatever to try to steal this person's land and home. Like he was a good person, good family, and everything. It's just like sometimes people just want what you have. Be more present in the here and now. Ground with nature. And it says manifesting takes effort and concentration. So you might need to focus and really try to redirect energy. Whatever you throw out makes room for blessings. So that's actually Claire Nocti on her channel when she talks about the wealthiest nakshatras. It's all about how much you can get rid of things, what you can cut out that's like the diseases, the issues. And sometimes when you cut out things, you make room for better and new to enter. Anyways, interesting. I guess I'll end it here. Let's pull you a last angel, I think, for Cancers. Cancer's advice from the highest teams of love and light. Unlimited ideas, successful funding. So you will be having connections. Purple could be very important. You could be getting downloads as well from your spirit team. So pay attention to that. Let's see if we have a message from here. Cancel. Kitchen witchery. So you might need to get in the kitchen, start cooking up something, cooking up manifestations. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude, and maybe even repeat those manifestations like wealth flows. You know, what are some wealth? I'm wealthy and healthy easily and effortlessly because obviously I'm protected by the divine. Things like that. I want to pull some extra last messages. Cancer. Last messages for Cancer people in placements. Maybe you used to see people with like a rose-colored glasses, or you could relate to them, but it's like you have to also be able to see the dark. Just because you see the light doesn't mean you don't see the dark as well. Reaching higher for more, and it says unplugging from the matrix slash manipulator or manipulation, hiding their giving to someone else. So this person could have always had like a third party or was planning on that. Embrace change. I heard loved one, and be kind and gentle with yourself. And it says they use fear to make you shrink. Slow equals smooth, smooth equals fast. So really take your time. Don't feel like you have to go 0 to 100. Seeing the devil clearly. So you might be able to finally, like, you feel like you finally got the glasses on your eyes. You can finally spot where the devil is. Where's Waldo? That's where he is. Manifesting takes effort and concentration. Reality jumping. Yeah, okay, very nice. Purification. So you could be purifying a lot or doing that spiritual hygiene work, right? It says align your chakras. So taking good care of yourself, upgraded chakras. So you could feel like your spirit team working on your body as well. Trying to intimidate you slash put you in a low vibration so you can't be on your path. And it says envious slash jealous of your gifts. It says deep clean. It says, didn't we have clean, the clean card? Kicking people out of your energy equals manifestation. So you have to literally remove them from your energy because they want to be in your energy, right? What you need. So you could be getting what you need, or that's what you need to kick people out of your energy. Cutting through the bullshit. And it says go slow. So take your time. Do it right. Disturbed. Someone could be disturbed around you. Divine rewards patience slash careful choices. And it says you both aren't meant for each other. So this could have been an illusion or it's temptation of some sort. Maybe this person needs somebody else, right? That's more on their level. And if it's not aligning, it's just not aligning, right? If it was meant to align, it would be. Idiots around. Warning. And it says broke when men don't deserve anything ever. God doesn't like broke men, right? Because they need to mature and get their shit together and provide. And if they're not doing that, what's the point of what's the point of you? And I was thinking about this last night. I was like, they say like a man will reincarnate as a woman and a woman will reincarnate as a man, which means when a man is born, the earlier stage of his life, he's still connected to the past life as a woman. Like he still expects to be a woman. Like he's still, it's crazy. And whereas a woman is like coming into the body, right? And she was past life in a man, so she's like trying to recalibrate in the earlier parts of her life to being a woman because she's used to like, being the one in charge, or she's already learned all the masculine lessons or everything like that. So it's just interesting. Just know what you want, and create. So what are you asking Santa for? Pretends they're giving while they're stealing. So this is somebody who's literally like not giving you anything, or if anything, just taking away from you, and it's all an illusion. Was using a lot of magic against you. So that's a lot of bad karma, right? And it says constantly gossiping around about you, and that is magic in itself, right? Intentions of any form, shape that are sent into the universe, any energy manifested, any lifespan, any time wasted, that is karma. Karma is ruled by Saturn, the god of time, the god of death, the god of karma, right? And a lot of Saturnians, actually, if you look at their lives, or if you look at like studies, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but just to talk about Saturn, which is the opposite axis of you guys. Saturn rules cutting things out, severing things, but it also, right, the scythe, which is like a farming tool, right? It rules farming, but it also rules, where's I going with this? A lot of Saturnians, I was reading this article, she was saying how like Saturnians in early life usually don't understand karma. They don't. No, who would, right? Until you get to later and you start to see where your actions have led you, right? And when they make bad choices, it's usually in later life that the karma comes around. And it could be in their 30s, it could be in their 40s, it could be in their 50s, it could be just near. It's Saturn rules the later parts of life, right? So that's when the karma comes around. That's when suddenly nobody's there for them. That's when suddenly their businesses go bankrupt. That's when they get very sick. That's when things go just awry. So I feel like there's just something here about time. Go slow, right? Make those solid choices, and don't worry about shit because the divine takes care of everything. So everything has to be balanced. So I don't know. We'll see if we have any last messages for you. Look to the future. Plan for the future. Reality jumping. That could be what you're doing at this present moment. Cancer last messages. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north with the 3 of Cups in the reverse in the past position. Walk away from those things that are not right and trust the timing. Right. There's something recalibrating in your physical reality. Also, we have courageous, peony, multifaceted, unique nature. You let yourself be seen, and all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. So we're going to read that card, I think. All paths lead home. It's normal to look for the external world for answers or guidance. I don't think they want you to. It's revolutionary. It's turning the gaze in. So you're talking to your spirit team or praying constantly. You're asking Angel Michael or your guardians and angels and guides to, talking with them casually in your head or to give you understandings or downloads to questions you pose. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape. And I think for people who are intuitive, the great thing I think about practicing your intuition is you learn how to work with it and you learn how to ask questions and receive answers, to develop a reliable relationship with your own soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection is. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do it is develop a daily practice that helps you keep checking in, to draw inspiration within and let that be the authority or the backbone in your life. You may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice. Get in the habit of turning gaze within, getting centered for the day. Maybe you're journaling or talking to God or having a moment with yourself before consuming anything from the outside. To start with from a feeling of at-homeness. Throughout the day, find simple ways to keep coming home. So praying or talking in your head to God. That doesn't mean switching off from realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start the day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go in the world and when you let the world in, you can do it from an unshakable state of being, a place where you draw strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep within. So a lot of inner power shifts here, I think. You could be creating, or you could be going through like a creative phase, or you will be. There could be like a lot of new communications even potentially coming in for you, maybe from leaders, or maybe you're leading the way in the communications. But let's see if we have any last messages for Cancer. Yeah, Barbello. That's funny. We spoke about the feminine and the masculine. I think that's what this card is about. Let's just see if I can find it. White light. All right, it says Archon Barbello. Your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but the spirit can never be restricted or controlled. We all have feminine and masculine, right? Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through the embrace of your life journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Archon or Archon Barbello is an angel goddess, divine mother in sacred space. She is mysterious and powerful. She is the inviolable purity. We did see something about purity and truth of your being, the spiritual essence within you that is eternal and cannot be tainted or distorted. Her presence in a reading is a sign that any errors in judgment shall be corrected, and any losses shall be restored. If you have been off your path or become disconnected from the real self, she is innate understanding and power within the heart to pull you back into authentic connection and true direction. Archon Barbello teaches a soul the mystery of how we can be a male or female body, yet have characteristics of both masculine and feminine within, right? Because the entire reality around us is manifested from our mind, so we have to have masculine and feminine. It's just whether it's outward or inward. She also helps us understand how our androgynous spiritual essence can embrace masculine and feminine energies to accomplish its higher purpose. So especially if you understand you have past lives, right? Then it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine because you're just tapping into those different elements. The spiritual essence is beyond gender and is not altered by it in any way. When a connection to the androgyny of the spirit is experienced authentically, there is no rejection of biology of the body, nor the gender-based experience of the soul that is chosen to fulfill its spiritual mission. We all have Mars in our chart, right? That's our masculine drive, our energy. We all have Venus. That's how we receive pleasure. That's how we, we have the moon, our emotions, very feminine energy as well. We can enjoy our inner masculine and feminine energies and engage with them to create, celebrate, grow spiritually, and heal the soul. Every soul has a unique path, and every soul is here to find the way home to divine love and inner truth. The feminine energies in every soul empowers the ability to embrace what is and find compassion. This allows for mercy, forgiveness, and wisdom that starts with what is and hold space for evolution to what can be. So you can just release, find compassion, but don't allow negativity into your life, right? Just release the energy and move on. The masculine energies in every soul encourage exploration, development, inquiry, stimulating us to question everything, which can lead to discernment or high understanding and keep us strong. It ensures negativities are banished from the personal space before they undermine our personal healing and spiritual progress, right? The masculine protects the feminine. So you may need to be more in a masculine energy to protect your feminine side, Archon, or your intuition, or your growth, or your healing, right? Archon Barbello helps us fully experience the masculine and feminine principles as creative, interesting, and powerful methods of expression rather than definitions of who we are. The value of the body, the gender biology are ways for the soul to express and experience itself, is complemented by the freedom that comes with understanding the spiritual part of you is entirely free from constructs of any kind. You can retreat, and a lot of feminines that are more in masculine energy can be extremely alluring or seductive or empowered, versus also a lot of men who are more in their feminine side or have a balance of compassion or intuition or emotion can be very alluring for the feminines as well. You can retreat to the sacred, pure, untouched place within when you need to replenish your reserves of wisdom and willpower for your life journey. Connecting to this part of you can remind you that whilst your life journey experiences are important to help you grow, they don't determine who and what you are. You exist in the realm of Archon Barbello, the pure light of divine presence. Your spirit is always nestled in her radiant wings. You have to shine the light in the world where it is most needed. It requires you to have a soul journey as a human being in a physical body with biology and gender. Yeah, so if you have any concerns about this or wish to bring healing to those who have such concerns, the Oracle brings encouragement, ask for help, and healing from the Divine Spirit. Then all souls find truth in their journey, blessed with the mercy, wisdom, and grace and compassion. So this could be about the love of God, but I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. So maybe learning about your unique birth chart could help you as well. You can do that on Google by searching AstroSeek birth chart or natal chart on Google. And I suggest using the whole sign house system. Enter the place of birth as the place you're currently living if you've moved, and the time of birth adjusted to the same moment of time in the place you're currently living, so that you can see how the current location is affecting you and what your true transits are going to be impacting how you feel, right? Because if you've moved and you were like, let's say, a Leo rising in Spain, but in Mexico, you're, I don't know, Capricorn rising, it's going to entirely change where the transits are impacting which houses of your life. Also, places have different energies, right? And that's why, let's say in Spain, you had like Uranus in your fourth house. You might have felt or might have seen that you never had stability in your home life or real estate, and that depends on your aspects. But Uranus is not known for stability, versus, let's say, like in Mexico, Jupiter falls into your fourth house. Now you have stability. Jupiter is a benefic, and depending which sign it's in, etc. And of course aspects. And there's so many different factors. But anyways, thank you for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care.